Have your Bibles or your smart device, or if you can see the screen, here it is, Luke 19 and 10. Luke 19 and 10, just one verse of scripture. For the Son of Man is come to seek and save that which was lost. For the Son of Man is come to seek and save that which is lost. For the time that is ours, I want to pray, and I want you all to pray with me over this particular thought, found by grace. Come on, say it before you take a seat. I've been found by grace. Give God a praise. You may take your seat in the presence of the Lord. Crowds don't always see what Jesus sees. People often judge by history, by status, come on, say yes, by outward appearance. You know why? Because crowds don't always see what Jesus sees. Jesus, I love this, sees the need in your heart. He sees that thing, that hunger, that desire in your heart. Why? Because he seeks to save that was lost. They don't always see the need, but God sees the need. They may not always understand the hunger and the desire, but God sees the need in your heart because he seeks to save the lost. Come on, woman at the well, she can say, yes, Pastor, I know what you mean. By the cool of day, I went down to the well to draw some water just to avoid the crowd because they didn't know the need in my heart. And you met me, Jesus, at the well. I thought I was going to get some water, but you gave me you. Because Jesus sees the need in your heart. Blind Bartimaeus said, Pastor, I can testify also. I thought I needed a touch, but Jesus says, no, I don't want to just heal you so you can see. You need a touch from me because Jesus sees the need in your heart. Often this happens. Hit the screen, media team, with this. The ones we avoid may be the ones Jesus is assigning to you. The very phone call you don't want to take, the very people you don't want to visit, the very one that you don't have time for may be the one Jesus is assigning to you. Maybe you like it this way in 1 Samuel 16 and 7 says, for the Lord seeth not as a man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord, come on, looketh on the what? The heart. And so at the time of this text, Jesus is in Jericho on his way to Jerusalem to face the cross. He went through Jericho and he's on his way to Jerusalem to face the cross, the final act, to seek to save the lost. But while walking through Jericho, Jesus spotted Zacchaeus, a wealthy tax collector, who climbed a sycamore tree to see him. Jesus, while walking through Jericho, happens to look up and see Zacchaeus, a rich man, in a tree. I don't know about you, but I would think it'd be strange if I saw Bill Gates in the tree. I don't know about y'all, but I think it would be strange to see our mayor, to see our governor, to see our rich people in our community in a tree. And Jesus took note of Zacchaeus in this tree. He did what? He called him because he said, what in the world is a rich man doing in a tree? Jesus called him by night and called him by his name and did even more than that. Recognizing this rich man was in a tree, he called him by his name, and you know what he did? And then he went inside of Zacchaeus' house. I don't know about you, but Zacchaeus was a man that was not liked in the community. Why? I told you already, he was a tax collector. He was not liked by people. I don't know about you, but I don't like the IRS. I don't like tax department. I don't even want to see them call me. Don't send me no letter. How many of y'all, when you see a letter from them, you be like, what y'all want now? How many of y'all took enough taxes? How many of y'all took enough off my little check? But Zacchaeus was not a man to be liked. And Jesus walked in his house, invited himself into Zacchaeus' house because Jesus saw the need in Zacchaeus' heart. He knew he was a man not liked. He knew he was a man that wasn't liked in the crowd. He knew he was a man that wanted to see Jesus walking through Jericho, so much so that he climbed up in this sycamore tree. You know what Jesus saw? He saw a man that needed to be cherished. He saw a man that didn't want to feel like an outsider anymore. He knew Zacchaeus needed a deeper connection. I love the hymns of this church because amazing grace. How sweet the sound. I'm trying to walk through this thing that saved a wretch like me. I can just imagine Zacchaeus saying, I once was lost, but now I'm found, blind, but now I see. Saints, I want you to know on this morning that the truth about being found by grace, here it is, means that Jesus chose you before you chose him. I'm going to say that one more time. The truth about being saved and found by grace means he found you where you were. He found you on the disco floor. Maybe that's too old. He found you drinking and smoking them little funny little cigarettes. He found you with somebody that you shouldn't have been around. He found you before you found him. And I don't know, maybe you don't mind, put your hands together for him finding you before you found him. And when he found you, he knew you was rough. He knew you was tough. He knew you was hard-headed. He knew you don't listen to nobody. But he found you before you changed. He picked you up. I like to kind of think about it this way. He picked you up when you was dirty, before you clean yourself up. You ever notice when you invite people to church, they say, when I get myself cleaned up, I'll come to church. But you know the beauty of that? He'll find you like dirty laundry. You're filthy, you're raggedy, oily, dusty, messed up. He found you right where you were before the picture was right. Some of us don't want to come to Jesus until I get the picture right. I need to have the right job. I need to have the right man. I need to have the right woman. I need to live in the right neighborhood. I need to stop doing certain things. But God love it, and you ought to put your hands together because he found you before you got the picture right. He found you before you got it right. Oh, y'all got the brakes on me. He found you before you said it right. He found you before you start thinking right. He found you before you start going in the right door. Give God praise right there. He found you by grace. And what will happen if we started seeing people like Jesus does? We see people as dirty and avoid. We see people can't talk right, we avoid them. We see people's haircuts and we avoid them. We see people their shoes ain't right and we avoid them. We see people that ain't right and we get away from them. But what if we see them the way God sees them? He sees them cleaned up already. He sees a prostitute praising the Lord. He sees a deacon already, even though he had demons all around him. He sees you in the place. I don't know, maybe y'all like it like that. I see you in the future. You look much better than you do right now. Come on, clap your hands. Yes, God found you just where you were. He found you just where you were. So Zacchaeus, come on, talk to us on this morning, who positioned himself to just get a glimpse of Jesus, a tax collector, a person that was not liked at all, positioned himself just to get a glimpse at Jesus. And what can we learn from this? What can we get from Zacchaeus? Zacchaeus shows us that Jesus seeks. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You gotta go before me. Jesus seeks. Come on, say Jesus seeks. Oh, y'all got the brakes on me. Try it again. Let's try it again. Jesus seeks. In other words, Jesus positioned himself and puts himself and hangs out where lost people are. I'm going to try that again because y'all too busy fidgeting in your phone. Maybe you'll get this later. Jesus shows up at the club. Jesus shows up in them wrong bedrooms. Jesus shows up where you have no business being. Come on, say, yes, he's right there. I heard Jesus talking to me when I was in the wrong company. I heard Jesus talking to me when I was going in the wrong direction. Come on, clap your hands. Y'all got the brakes on me. But Jesus is right where lost people are. I love this because Jesus traveled through Jericho on a divine assignment to seek the lost, knowing that Jericho was historically a cursed city. What in the world Jesus doing in a cursed city? They were so bad in that city, and the curse was already positioned and spoken over that city that the walls started falling down. The infrastructure started going down. Everything about the city of Jericho was coming to ruins. No rebuilding and no chance of opposition leaving them alone. But the text says he was there in the city and he walked through the city. I would prefer the text said he went around the city. That's my theology. How many of y'all can testify? In certain places and certain people, I'll go around. If you call me, I don't answer. If you're looking for me and knock on my door, you just gonna be knocking. But the text says he went to Jericho and stayed there. He was looking for the lost. He was looking for those that needed him. He was looking because he knew there Zacchaeus needed something. And he intentionally lingers there. Because the text says, it makes it very clear in Luke 9:1, as Jesus entered and passing through Jericho. I just told you, I wish he would have just went around it. But Jesus passed through Jericho, moving on a divine assignment to find Zacchaeus, a person that everybody overlooked. I ain't talking to everybody, but I'm talking to somebody. Your family counted you out. Your family said, because you didn't go this way, A, B, and C, you're done. Your family said, ain't nothing gonna become of you because you didn't go the way I said. People have pronounced doom and gloom over you. They said it ain't gonna happen. Your life gonna be ruined. Your life ain't gonna be nothing. But Jesus says, when I show up, he says, when I show up, I will begin to do that thing that people said you could not do. When I show up, I don't know if y'all can testify with me. When I show up, I can make things turn around for your good. Give God a praise right there because he showed up when people counted you out. He showed up when people said it was all over. He showed up because he knew Zacchaeus had a need in his heart. How many times have God showed up in your heart? Showed up in your situation, showed up on your job, showed up in your mind. When you didn't think it could be better, God just, come on, breathe on that situation. Come on, just lift your hands and say, God. I said, raise your hands and say, God, breathe on my situation. Come on, say it again. God, breathe on it again. Can these dry bones live? Yes, they can. All they need is the breath and the strength of God all over the situation. Hit the screen with this. Jesus finds the forgotten. That's going to bless you. Your friends, your family, your employer, your neighbors, they said it's all over, but hit the screen one more time. Jesus finds the forgotten. Matthew 14:14 says it this way. Jesus went forth and saw a great multitude and moved with compassion towards them and healed their sick. I don't know about you, but I want the Lord to have compassion on me. I didn't always say it right. I ain't always do right. I ain't always do what my dad told me to do. My dad told me to go to the military. Yes, he did. He told me to go to the army. He told me to go a particular. How many of y'all have not done what your parents told you to do? Okay, y'all gonna got the brakes on me like I always was the perfect child. I was not the perfect child. But I love that the Lord had compassion on me. God breathed on my situation. I was telling God I want to go a different way. I know, God, that I've received instructions to go this way, but I feel you moving me this direction. How many of y'all can testify? I thank God that he found your crazy self and plopped himself right in the middle of where you were when people counted you out. They told you wasn't going to make it. They said your marriage not going to make it. I don't know, maybe this is a testimony just for me. They said my ministry wasn't going to make it. But I'm so glad that Jesus is seeking. Point number one is Jesus what? Point number two is Jesus sees. Not only is he seeking, but Brother Jeremy, he sees. Jesus redeems who others reject. He sees beyond your status. He sees beyond your shame. He saw Zacchaeus' effort in his heart. And he saw that Zacchaeus was not just a person seeking position, but he was seeking his grace. He saw a man desperate who climbed a sycamore tree. Only desperation would do that. Because I don't know if y'all can testify with me. Desperation will cause you to do desperate things. I've been counted out. I'm out here now. I got my little life together now. But God, because people say where I am, I'm not going to make it. Where I am, you took your hand off of me. But there's only a few of y'all can testify. God will find you right where you are. God will find that you with the liquor bottle in your hand. God will find you smoking on them smoky funny things. God will find you right where you are. Because not only does he seek, he sees your heart. He sees your heart. He sees your heart. He sees what's in your heart. But more importantly, he sees the need in your heart. Because the text says Zacchaeus, a wealthy man, is in a tree, risking being talked about. I don't know about you, but once I see my tax man in a tree, he can't come to my door collecting taxes. I'd be like, I don't even know if you work for the IRS no more. Because only people that in a sycamore tree or in a place like that are people who have been fallen and fell by grace. But Zacchaeus said, no, don't get it twisted. I was there to see grace. I was there to see the one who extends grace. I'm there because I heard about a man that can heal. I heard about a man that can set you free. I heard about a man that can heal your mind. I heard about a man that can heal your body. Who am I talking to on this morning that you heard about a Jesus from a family member? You heard about a Jesus from some co-worker, and all of the sudden you climb your proverbial sycamore tree so I can get a glimpse. I'm hurting. I'm forgotten. I'm left out. I'm gonna climb a tree because I want to hear about this. I want my own experience. I know you think you got the answers. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Dad. Thank you, sister. Thank you, brother. Thank you, co-worker. Thank you, everybody. But I want my own experience. Everybody don't know what God has called me to. Everybody don't know the hand of God on my life. Everybody don't know the oil that's on my life. But God does. God does. And you got to just remind yourself, not only is he seeking for me, not only will he come in my mess, but he also sees me. He sees my bold climb. He sees where I am. And I love the text. I love the movement of the text. Because Sister Ebony, not only does he see Zacchaeus, this rich man in a tree, he moved quickly to go get him. See, I don't want to be around somebody that sees me in pain, in sorrow, in agony, ain't well. I want somebody, when you see me going down, when you see me hopeless, when you see me in a place where everybody gave up on me, come to my rescue quickly. Pray for me quickly. Give to me quickly. Pray for me quickly. Pray for my kids quickly. Pray over my mind quickly. Come to my hospital room quickly. Come to court quickly. Because God says I'm finding you. And it's by the grace of God. And the text says, I love the movement of this text. He saw him in the tree. He immediately connected with him instead of passing him by. Woo! How many of us have passed by? But I love God because he will not pass me by. He knows what condition I'm in. He knows the current situation that I am. Some of y'all looking at me like I'm preaching and talking in a college tone and a college court because you're too arrogant to admit you didn't get where you are by yourself. You didn't get where you are by yourself. It was some teacher that gave you a passing grade. It was some police officer that let you go. It was somebody that had your dirty little secrets and didn't tell nobody. I'm just trying to tell you the reason why your life didn't go the way it should have, because you've been found by grace. You've been found by grace. Clap your hand and stop looking at me like I'm talking in a college classroom and praise God because he found you by grace. Yes, he did. Saying, Zacchaeus, put it up on the screen, Luke chapter 19, verse 5, saying to Zacchaeus, make haste. In other words, come down out that tree. Stop being shameful. Stop worrying about the crowd. Come down, for today I must abide in your house. And I don't know about you, but I can testify the Lord is in my house. Woo! You may not think he should be in my house, but he's in my house. How many of y'all can testify that the Lord is in your house? When people didn't think God should be in your house, when people counted you out, I thank God that he's in my house. So he said, verse 19 and 5, Zacchaeus, make haste and come down. Stop being afraid. Stop being shameful. Get out that tree. For today I must abide in your house. Jesus didn't just see a man in the tree. He saw a man whose soul is ready. What is it ready for? What is it ready for? It's ready for transformation. And I say it all the time. Never throw anybody away. Never throw anybody away. Everybody has a possibility of changing. How many of y'all can really testify and just be honest with me and stop looking at me like I'm a college professor and get in the service and tell, I know what you're talking about, Pastor. People have given up on me. People have counted me out. They didn't think I was going to change. But the truth of the matter is, when you're ready, when you're ready, God is already there. You ain't got to go get him. All you got to say, I receive you. I receive you. He's already there. Grace and mercy is already there. And Jesus saw a soul ready for transformation. Hit the screen. Jesus never neglects. Jesus never neglects you. Regardless of your count, regardless of the situation, regardless of the stage of life you're in, regardless of how bad you messed up. And only a few of us can testify, I messed up and I messed up bad. But Jesus will never neglect you. Matthew 11 and 28 says it this way, come unto me. That's all you got to do. All ye that labor and are heavy laden, because of the choices you made. And I will give you what? I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon me. For my burden is what? It is easy. It's easier. It's light. It's easier. It's more manageable. How long will you keep trying to do this thing by yourself? He says, all you got to do is what? Come unto me. Jesus shows us not only does he seek, not only does he see, but I love this one. I love this one. I'm done when I tell you that heaven shouts because you've been found. Heaven shouts because you've been found. In other words, what Jesus' mission is now our mission, to find overlooked people. From this message, you got an assignment. Sister Ebony, you got an assignment. Mother Bryant, you got an assignment. Mother Irene, you got an assignment. You got to go find people that are depressed, that think it's all over. And you got to tell them, look at me. My life was over. My life was done. People looked at me and said, it's all over now. It can't get better. They will never destroy this destructive behavior. But look at somebody and say, it was me that found God, because he found me first. And so Jesus sees what others ignore. Zacchaeus, a man lost, here it is, Brother Jeremy, to his family. Imagine being a cousin to a tax collector that overcharged people. He was wealthy, Brother Alfred, he was wealthy because he overcharged people taxes. Don't look at nobody, your business owners. Don't look nowhere. If you own a business, just look straight ahead. So we don't be talking about you. But he is wealthy, Brother Baker, because he overcharged. He didn't give to the government what the overcharge was. He kept the overcharge in his pocket. And we got some business, don't look now. We got business owners that overcharge and shouldn't be doing that to the saints of God. But in the text, Zacchaeus is shamed because he discovered that's not how you do it. That's not how you should be moving. But yet, heaven is rejoicing. Heaven is rejoicing. Even though it was a man that was lost by his family and by his faith and by his community, he was never lost to God. I'm going to say that one more time. Even though your family, even though your faith may be rough and you may be having a hard time, and in the community don't want nothing else to do with you, you were never lost to God. I'm going to try that one more time. Even though your family done with you, your friends are done with you, your job is done with you, everybody done with you, but you're never lost to God. So they blocked his view of Jesus. But Jesus just noticed him and called him by name. And the people wonder, why in the world would Jesus show up with Zacchaeus? Because the truth of the matter is, church folks can be mean. I'm going to say that one more time. Church folks can be mean. That's why Sister Ebony, he had to get up in the tree. Because the church folks wouldn't let him see Jesus, the one that can transform him. Because they didn't think it was possible, transformation was possible. And I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it, that many of us are sitting here this morning, people counted you out. But God never thinks you lost. God never thinks hope is not possible. And so therefore heaven shouts when the broken are restored, when sinners are seen, and when the lost are found. I'm going to say it again. Heaven shouts when the broken are restored, and when the sinners are seen, and when the lost are found. I just love the way it says in Luke 19 and 10. It says, for the Son of Man came to seek and to save that which was lost. In other words, this is not just a rescue. I don't need to be rescued. I need to be restored. Because if I'm restored, I can make better decisions. If I'm restored, Zacchaeus is saying, I won't overcharge people. If I'm restored, I can talk better. If I'm restored, I can think better. I don't know about you. I just don't want to be rescued. I want to be transformed. I want to be restored. I want to be denied. I want things in my life to get better. I told y'all last Sunday that it ain't going to get better until you understand you got to be transformed. You might have been born a certain way. The truth of the matter is all of us in here are crooks. Watch your purse. Watch your wallet. You're sitting next to a crook. Some of us are ex this, ex that, and ex this before. But Jesus, he found you and he came into your life. Jesus said it can be better and he found me right where I was. So this is what we got to do in Romans 12 and 15. We got to rejoice with the Zacchaeus in our life, with them that do rejoice, because Jesus never turned his back on Zacchaeus. So when you see somebody trying to do better, you need to celebrate them. When you see somebody trying to do right by their family, celebrate them. When you see somebody not trying to do things wrong anymore, celebrate them. Okay, y'all don't like it about that. Celebrate yourself. Celebrate the stuff you don't do as much. Celebrate the stuff you don't think about as much. The truth of the matter is, I'm trying not to do it as much. So you ought to celebrate yourself. And we gonna celebrate with you. Come on. I don't do it anymore. Some of us think perfection is what God is calling for. He ain't called for you to be perfect. He called for you to just stop putting the pause on him. Because if you take the pause off of him, he'll start talking to you. And when you start hearing his voice, you'll do better. How many of y'all can testify when you heard his voice, you thought better of it? You didn't think so much. You didn't curse so much. You didn't do it as much. And so when others write you off, you got to remember that God will write you in. I'm a write-in candidate for his grace. Oh, y'all don't like it like that. I'm a write-in candidate. I'm not on the ballot. I don't have the right status. I don't have the right history. I don't have the right connection, but I'm a write-in candidate. I wrote in Adrian, Cranford, and God says, I was just waiting for you to write yourself in, because I never, you got to remember, God has never forgotten about you. God is never going to leave you. God has never forgotten about you. He remembers every cry. He remembers every heartache. He remembers every hard place. He remembers every time you were fired. He remembers every time things didn't go right. Because God has never forgotten about you. Grace is on the way. Grace is on the way. On your job, grace is on the way. In your finances, is on the way. And y'all looking at me like that because you don't believe it. But I prophetically declare it's on the way. What do you need? It's on the way. What do you need? Yell it out. I'm trying to tell you, it's on the way. It's on the way. It's on the way. Clap your hands, all ye people. It's on the way, because it was there. It's there at the cross. At the cross, where I first saw the light, and the burdens of my heart, they rolled away. It was there.